All right, so we're gonna dive into a story that's been making the rounds online.
Yeah.
This whole incident with a Nigerian lawmaker, Alex Mascot,
Right.
and a Bolt driver, and I
Yeah,
think
a lot of people saw that one.
it really caught a lot of attention.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be using a YouTube video from Aisha Yusufu's channel
Okay.
as our primary source for this deep dive.
Great source.
She does a really great job of kind of breaking down what happened and the aftermath.
Yeah, and with these things that go viral online, I think it's
Yeah.
always important to look beyond just the headlines
Uh-huh.
and see, what's really going on.
Yeah, because you just see that little snippet and you're like, oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh.
Right.
So in this video, we see Mascot ordering snails.
Okay.
And when the Bolt driver arrives, Mascot wants the driver to come inside to get his payment.
Oh, wow.
Like right off the bat, it's like, this feels a little...
Why?
Yeah, there's already this power dynamic.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, is he expecting some kind of special treatment
Right.
because of his position?
Exact.
Yeah, like just a sense of, entitlement
Yeah.
right from the start.
And it just escalates so
Ah.
fast. The driver says, no, I'll just wait out here. You can bring the payment out to me.
Right.
And Mascot just starts getting verbally abusive.
Oh, gosh.
Calling the driver a foolish boy. Even calling him this rat
Oh, my goodness.
at one point.
That's terrible.
And he's like, I can make you disappear.
Wow. So, threatening him
Yeah.
directly?
Like, it's really disturbing to hear.
Hmm.
And then it gets worse because
Wow.
he slaps the driver.
He hits him.
Yeah, like not just once, but 3 times.
Oh, my God.
And during all this, he's claiming to be a senator.
But he isn't.
No.
Wow. So he's
Which is crazy.
using that to try and intimidate the driver?
Right.
Adding to that power dynamic we were talking about?
Yeah, and the video talks about the risks that drivers and delivery workers face in Nigeria.
Right.
And it's like, this could have been so much worse.
Absolutely. It makes you think, how often do things like this happen?
Right.
And they don't get recorded?
Yeah.
It's like this incident,
Mm-hmm.
it could be just the tip of the iceberg.
Exactly.
We have to consider the risks these workers face every day.
Yeah, especially when they're dealing with people who might abuse their power.
Right, exactly.
So this video goes viral and there's public outcry, like everyone is demanding justice.
That's good, at least.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
All right.
The police only took action after the video started blowing up online.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So it's
So it makes you wonder,
yeah.
would anything have happened if it hadn't gone viral?
Right. Did the police only respond because they were pressured to?
Exactly.
Because of all the attention online?
Like, what if there hadn't been a video?
That's kind of scary to think about.
Yeah, and Aisha Yusufu, in her video, she's really critical of this whole delayed response from the police.
It's like they're only taking action now because it's a PR nightmare for them.
Yeah, and she even directly calls out the Inspector General of Police,
Wow.
saying that Mascot's blatant disrespect for law enforcement, even using his name as a threat, makes the whole police force look bad.
Right. It undermines their authority.
Exactly.
If they let this kind of behavior slide.
It's a really powerful statement.
It is. It's like she's saying this incident exposes a deeper problem.
Right.
Like maybe a culture of impunity where certain people think they're above the law.
Makes you think, huh?
Absolutely.
And she doesn't stop there.
Oh.
She also wants the House of Representatives to discipline Mascot.
Okay.
She even suggests maybe suspending him or making him take anger management classes.
She's not letting this go.
No. She wants real consequences.
Right. It's not just about legal action.
Yeah.
It's about holding him accountable for his actions and the damage he's caused.
Yeah. And something I found really striking was the driver's composure during the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah. Despite all the abuse, he stays calm.
Wow.
And demands to be paid for his services.
He stood up for himself.
Yeah, he even says to Mascot, you've been insulting me and I've been quiet.
That's incredible.
I know.
Right? To have that courage in that situation.
It's really powerful.
Absolutely. It speaks volumes about his character.
Right. He refused to be intimidated.
Yeah.
And insisted on being treated with respect.
It's like a small act of defiance.
Yeah.
But in that context, it becomes a powerful statement.
It's kind of like he knew he was being recorded.
Right.
And he was like, I'm not going to let this guy get away with this.
Yeah.
It just brings us back to what Aisha Yusufu was saying about Mascot claiming to be a senator.
Oh, right.
Like, she really thinks he was using that.
Yeah, to try and intimidate the driver.
Yeah, she even calls it impersonation. Wow. And suggests that they should investigate further.
Oh, really?
To see if, like, maybe this is something he does regularly.
Like a pattern of behavior?
Yeah.
That's a good point. If it wasn't just, like, a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Right.
If he actually thought this through, that's pretty disturbing.
Yeah, like, what else is he capable of?
Right, exactly.
And Aisha Yusufu also points out that, like, it's not just disrespectful to the driver, but also to the Nigerian police force.
Oh, yeah.
And the Inspector General of Police.
Because he's invoking their names.
Exactly. Like
to threaten someone.
It undermines their authority.
Right. She's basically saying that if this behavior goes unpunished, it sends a message that people in power are above the law.
Exactly. And that erodes public trust.
Absolutely.
In the institutions that are supposed to protect them.
It makes you think about all the other times this might have happened.
Yeah.
And nobody did anything about it.
It's like this one video.
Gives us this glimpse into this reality that so many people probably face.
Every day.
Yeah. Like, what about the people who don't have a video to prove what happened?
Exactly. Or the people who are too afraid to speak up.
Right.
Because they don't trust the system.
And Aisha Yusufu, she says it really well.
What does she say?
She says, this is on you, the Nigerian police.
Wow.
This disrespect is not only to Mr. Stephen, it's also to the whole of the Nigerian police force.
Yeah.
And the Inspector General of Police.
Like, she's holding them accountable.
Yeah, like it's a powerful statement.
It is. It really challenges the whole idea of law and order.
Right.
If someone like Mascot can just threaten people.
They get away with it.
Exactly.
And I think it's important to remember that it's not just about the police.
Right.
It's about anyone in a position of authority.
Like, this is a reminder that true power should be about serving people.
Not abusing them.
And it's also really inspiring to see the driver's response. Like, he stood up for himself. He demanded to be treated with respect.
Despite everything that was happening.
Yeah, and that takes so much courage.
It does. It speaks to, like, the resilience of the human spirit.
Exactly.
You know, that even in the face of such aggression, you can still choose to resist.
And Aisha Yusufu sums it up perfectly.
What does she say?
When she says, in Abuja, everybody is a nobody, and no Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
That's powerful.
It is.
It's like a call for equality.
Yeah.
Like, we're all in this together.
Exactly. Yeah, it really is. And it just highlights, you know, that whole idea of, like, everyone deserves to be treated with respect.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
No matter who they are.
What your job is or your social status.
Right.
We all deserve basic dignity.
And this whole story, it's been pretty intense.
Yeah. It is a heavy one.
But I'm glad we talked about it.
Yeah, me too. It's important to look beyond just the headlines, you know?
Right.
And really think about the systems that allow these kinds of things to happen.
Like, what can we do to prevent this?
Exactly. We need to ask ourselves what policies are in place or not in place that makes certain workers so vulnerable.
And how do we hold people accountable?
Especially those in power.
Yeah, and create a more just society.
It starts with awareness.
Yeah.
Speaking out against these injustices.
Using our voice.
Amplifying the stories of those who are often silenced.
Like this driver.
Exactly.
And at the end of her video, Aisha Yusufu, she actually asks viewers.
Oh, that's cool.
To share their thoughts.
Okay.
And continue the conversation.
I like that.
Yeah. So that's what we want to do here.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
What do you think?
What other situations need this level of scrutiny?
Yeah, what are we not talking about?
What are the power imbalances that we need to address?
How can we make sure that everyone is treated fairly?
Regardless of their background.
We want to hear your thoughts, your questions, your experiences.
Because these conversations, they help us learn and grow.
Exactly.
And hopefully create a better world.
And remember, even small actions can make a difference.
Like speaking up for what's right.
Demanding justice.
Treating people with respect.
Yeah, it all adds up.
It creates a ripple effect.
So thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a powerful one.
It has.
But important.
Definitely. And hopefully it leaves you with more questions than answers.
Because the quest for knowledge
never
really ends.
It doesn't. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.